From KJ Wright Burner 69. Okay, funny. Should the Seahawks go sign another center? I would explore it. I mean, I don't trust the offensive line for Seattle right now. I think that the center position, like Ethan Posick finally got a chance to start, but especially against the Rams and down the stretch, I thought he was bad. And I don't see real competition on this roster. Kyle Fuller? Not even the corner, but the center Kyle Fuller. Like, I don't think the guy is there. So, look, I would pick up the phone. I'd be like, hey, I'm a little bit surprised that, maybe a Joe Looney or, on the Chiefs kid, forgot his name, but the former Chiefs center. I don't know why those guys haven't been signed yet. And I would bring them in. Oh, Austin Ryder, that's his name. Austin Ryder. I would bring in one of those guys if I were Seattle. So get your votes in for me. Does Seattle need another center option? Get your votes in for me. Type in Y for yes or type in N for no. From Carroll Morrison, any chance Seahawks bring back either Richard Sherman or KJ Wright? So I think the news of Darrell Taylor getting a lot of work at the Sam linebacker spot reduces the possibility of a KJ Wright return to Seattle. I think that means they don't plan on him coming back. Richard Sherman, meanwhile, again, same type of setup there. I'm surprised both are unsigned in the middle of May at this point, but I think in the end for Sherman, it's a numbers game at corner. So in the end, I was feeling better about KJ Wright. Now, I'm not so sure. So who do you think ends up signing first? Get your votes in for me in the comment section. Type KW for KJ Wright or type in RS for Richard Sherman. Get your votes in right now. A super chat from Burnin' Spades. Just curious, which is the most overrated teams, also most underrated teams for the upcoming season for both you and Jeremy. You know what I think we should do? Burnin' Spades? How about we make this a future video? How about we do top overrated and top underrated teams in the future? So I'll keep that in mind. I know you're subscribed, so stay tuned for it. From Gary Sanderson, replacements for coaches that will get fired. My number one guy is still where we're at. I still believe that Brian Daboll, the Buffalo Bills offensive coordinator, should absolutely get hired. I truly believe that is the top candidate there. Then it's Eric Bieniemy. Yeah, I think Joe Brady is getting plenty of hype. Kellen Moore in a similar boat there. I also keep an eye out for Matt Eberflus, the Colts defensive coordinator. From Cole Keller, I thought I'd heard that Rothschild was set to go up to 55 once the new CBA was ratified. Has it gone up or not? So I think what you're conflating with here is that during the week, teams can carry 55 players, and they could do that last year as well. However, the extra two guys come from the practice squad, and then they go back down afterwards. So if for all practical purposes, it is an expanded practice squad with 53-man rosters. That's where things are at as we sit. So appreciate the question there, Cole. Thank you very much. From Mariners fans, should the Seahawks trade Tre Flowers for a pick or a defensive tackle? If you can do it, heck yeah. I think that Tre Flowers is not that good. If you can get a day 3 pick for him, I'm doing it right now. I also, in the end, don't really think that Tre Flowers has much value. So because of that, I'd say probably not in the end. But I'd try it for sure. A super chat now from Andrew Gonzalez. Do you think Seattle should sign a cornerback like Nelson? First off, Andrew, make sure you subscribe to our Seahawks channel right there, bottom of your screen, youtube.com/SeahawksTV. Again, corner is a need for Seattle, but the numbers do not add up. I would have signed Nelson over a guy like Pierre Desir, but I think that, for where Seattle's at right now, in terms of their roster, that does not really make any sense for Seattle. I think they have enough corners to compete with right now that they're going to have to look at a different position. And Nelson himself will look elsewhere for more playing time in the end. From Izzy World, keep trade cut. And you guys can vote here too. Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson. So I am going to factor in the off-the-field stuff. So because of that, I trust Deshaun Watson the least. So he's cut. I'm out. I'm moving on. I'm gonna keep Aaron Rodgers because I think that I can make him happy on my organization, and he's better than Russell Wilson right now. But that was a toss-up for me. So I guess I'm trading Russ, but I mean, all three are great. That's an awesome question there, Izzy World. From Howard Stender, is Alton Smith going to play for Seattle this year? Great question. I don't know. Again, Seattle's going to let that legal process play out. It is another in a very long line of incidences for the Seattle Seahawks and for Alton Smith in particular. So that makes things kind of tricky from that perspective. So I don't know if that's what's going to happen long term for Alton Smith in Seattle. It's a wait-and-see process as we sit right now. All right, from Burnin' Spade, shout out, y'all. Across the NFL, top 5 undrafted free agents who could be a surprise to make the final 53. Okay, so we have done my top undrafted free agency list. I'm not going to go 1 through 5 here, but I will mention 5 that I like. I am a big believer in Ardarius Washington. I will always put him on this list now with the Ravens out of TCU. I'm going to go David Moore out of Grambling State, who I think could potentially maybe beat out Deontay Brown at guard for the Panthers. Give me Cade Johnson, receiver, or Tamorrion Terry, both for the Seahawks, both receivers. I'm going to go Charles Snowden for the Bears as an edge rusher. And I'm going to speak this one into existence here. Give me Elijah Griffin, Warren G's kid, out of USC, now a member of the Buffalo Bills. From Mark Pryor, if Russell Wilson, Aaron Donald, Julio Jones, and Harrison Smith all retired today, how many of them would be Hall of Famers? So Wilson's in. Aaron Donald's in. Julio Jones is probably in, but maybe on that one. Harrison Smith has a shot, but it's tough for safeties to get in. So of those 4, Harrison Smith has me the least confident in it. For Hyper 3 channel friend, do you think the Seahawks will make the playoffs because J.J. Watt, Aaron Donald are in their conference and because the Seahawks have a bad offensive line? Look, I am more concerned about the quarterback play. Like, yes, J.J. Watt is awesome and Aaron Donald are awesome too. But Donald's been in that conference for years. And the Seahawks have always been in the playoffs almost always. There was always a DeForest Buckner in that conference, right? So, yes, Donald and Watt are important. If the Seahawks don't make the playoffs, it's got less to do with the defensive line, which I actually think the offensive line is not that bad in Seattle. It has less to do with the presence of J.J. Watt and Aaron Donald, and more because Matthew Stafford and Kyler Murray were upgraded. So I think that's the area that you would be more concerned about if you're a Seahawks fan.